Now, the final report by a committee of MPs looking into the plans for HS2 has been released. And one of the recommendations is to include a longer tunnel to run under the Chilterns. From the Stop HS2 campaign, let's speak to Joe Rukin. Joe, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Nick.
What are the key recommendations that the Select Committee have made then?
Well, there's very, very little. In their summing up, they actually only mentioned 5 places. They said there should be better construction practices in Hillingdon. There should be noise prevention, should be improved in Wendover. The Chiltern Tunnel extended. The Washwood Heath in Birmingham, the site there should be redeveloped to encourage more jobs, and that there should be a coordinated plan for redeveloping Euston.
All right.
And so that was pretty much it.
Right, OK. So how does the Stop HS2 campaign react to these recommendations?
Well, to be perfectly honest, we've been ignored. We've made some, not in terms of stopping HS2, but in terms of actually making sensible proposals, in terms of pointing out the massive deficits that HS2 have in terms of ecology, in terms of how it impacts on communities, in terms of how the construction practice is going to work. We've been pretty much ignored on everything. It seems that what happened is, you were a local authority or a very large landowner and you can afford a barrister, you might get something out of these proceedings. But pretty much everyone else has got nothing. Next to nothing has been achieved, and
right, but
it's quite sad, really.
But would a longer tunnel under the Chilterns help with the environmental impact?
Oh, absolutely, it'll help there. But the thing is, the Chilterns, there is an area of outstanding natural beauty. The tunnel does not go through the entire area of outstanding natural beauty. So what is the point of having that designation, having that supposed protection, if you're not going to tunnel through that entire area? And there are dozens of SSIs, there's so many ancient woodlands which they've done absolutely nothing for, because HS2 is being designed at this speed of 250 miles an hour, therefore it has to go pretty straight, therefore the impact on ecology, on wildlife, and more importantly on communities is so much greater than it needs to be, than it would be if it was going slower.
All right,
but there's some really serious concerns, like, we've pointed out where HS2 Limited have got the flooding predictions wrong. They said, oh yes, this is a 1,000-year flood, this is a 100-year flood, and people have been saying, that is not the 1,000-year flood. It's flooded higher than that twice in my lifetime. And say, oh no, that's fine, we don't care. And you look at the floods that we've had in the last couple of months over December and January, and where people have been saying, yes, this is bigger than was ever predicted.
But with these, Joe, sorry to interrupt, but with these key recommendations the Select Committee has made, is that it? Is that the end of Stop HS2, or how do you proceed?
Well, no, obviously exactly the same process in the Lords, and you would hope that the Lords, especially as they've got a bit more bolshy in recent months, will pay a bit more attention and will actually have some teeth when it comes to it. But basically, this committee in the Commons, we had great expectations. They were doing all right until the election. When the election happened, the composition of the committee changed, and since then it has just been a mad rush to the exit.